Healing from a heartbreak is never going to be easy. Some things simply require time, but with time, you can allow yourself to heal and come out on the other end stronger than ever. You need time. These things don't just go away overnight. You have to allow yourself to really cleanse and detox from everything that you went through, bro. Don't put a time frame on it. If it's been a year and you still ache and you still have pains from the things that you may have went through with a partner because you missed them or whatever the case may be, understand that that's okay. You need more time. So this video is going to be about how to genuinely heal from a breakup. And I promise y'all, if y'all follow these steps, bro, or if y'all really take these things into account, then it'll make the healing process a lot easier from you. The first thing that you need to do is get out of their presence. And by that, I simply mean that, if y'all somebody that live close to each other, you need to do your best to try and get away. You need to do your best to eliminate all reminders of their existence. Because if you're healing or if you're working on yourself and trying to overcome a heartbreak, bro, and you're constantly picking at the wound, just think about how much damage that's causing you. You just constantly seeing these reminders that this person is still there. And one thing that I learned is that when you're going through these times where you're most vulnerable, the last thing that you need to do is be reminded of that person. And there was one time I remember where I was going through a little heartbreak, bro. And it seemed like no matter what I tried, that I couldn't let go of the attachment and my emotional ties to that person. But then I realized that it was just because they were in my face, they were in my presence. I had constant reminders of their existence. And it was just making the healing process way harder than it needed to be. So if you're somebody that's working on healing, bro, you have to understand that you got to eliminate all reminders and you have to remove yourself from their presence completely. Because the only thing that it's going to do is it's going to spark old memories and the baggage that came with them. And all of those things are just going to come back into your mind. You're going to be reliving the entire scenario. And ultimately, it's just going to hurt you again. Next, you really need to focus on healing, bro. You have to understand that when we're at a vulnerable point like that we're more open to temporary fixes. And that's the last thing that you need to be putting yourself in a position to, is to get around these people just to fill that void, when in reality you actually do need to heal. Do not dive right into no relationships. Do not try to go out and go on dates and just be in other people's face right away, because you haven't fully healed, bro, and you're just going to carry that baggage on to whatever situationship that you end in next. And you genuinely heal by taking accountability and taking things in, accepting things for what they are, and telling yourself, hey, I made these mistakes, these were the consequences, and I'm going to own up to the things that I did wrong, and I'm going to move on. Don't even point the finger at this point. It doesn't matter who did wrong. It doesn't matter who did right, bro. Just accept things for what they are and try to grow from the things that you did and the things that you witnessed. And I had to learn this one the hard way, bro, because I would get out of these relationships and I would always put myself in someone else's face to try to fill that void, bro. But I don't know if y'all have ever did this before, but it's like the more that you try to surround yourself by other people, the more it would make you think about your ex or whatever else, whoever that person may have been. And there's a reason for that. It's because you haven't healed. It's because you have all this trauma and you have all these emotional ties to that person that you haven't gotten over yet. So simply surrounding yourself by other women or simply surrounding yourself by other people to try to help yourself get over them is not going to help, bro. It takes time to heal. It takes effort. It takes taking accountability and accepting things for what they are. But temporary fixes are never going to do the job, because if you're not going to deal with the problem firsthand right when it happens, then you're going to have to deal with it years down the road. And that's something that happened to me, because I would put all this stuff off to the side thinking that I'm just going to let it go or try to ignore my feelings. But then I learned years down the road that these are things that I still haven't healed from. And you have to properly learn how to express yourself and pour your feelings out and just let them things go. But you have to find an outlet so that you can heal and move on from these things. And that outlet is not another person. That outlet is you. That outlet is waking up and deciding that, hey, I'm not going to let this take up any more of my life, and I'm going to accept things for what they are and just allow myself to grow and move on. Next, bro, and this one really helped me, because when you're emotionally tied to somebody, when you love somebody and you really care about them, bro, you tend to not see anyone else. But if it doesn't work, you have to train yourself to have an abundance mindset. Understand that they're not the only person in this world that exists. Understand that Just like they came into your life, somebody else can come into your life and do the exact same thing, if not better. And once you train yourself to have this abundance mindset, nothing that you lose in your life will break you down to the point where you will feel hopeless, because you will understand just as easily as I acquired it, I can get it back if it's lost. And you have to have this type of mindset when you're dealing with a breakup, because the last thing that you want to do is feel as if everything that that person did for you cannot be replaced. Even if it's true, even if you may genuinely believe that there's nobody else that can do the things that that person did, bro, you have to train yourself mentally to accept things for what they are and understand that somebody else out there can do the exact same thing, if not more. It's just a matter of time, and it's just a matter of allowing yourself to attract the things that you need to attract in your life. And understand this: if you're at a low point in your life, you're only going to attract people that are also at a low point, low quality people. But once you heal and you work on yourself and you get yourself to the point where you're ready to love again, then that's where you attract the best version of love that's meant for you, bro. I didn't understand when I was heartbroken and I was down and out, and I was still trying to go around and date random people. I didn't understand that I was attracting the lowest of the lowest because I was at my lowest. And with that being said, when you're at this low point, bro, you shouldn't want to be comforted. You shouldn't want to be having somebody in your face to make you feel a certain way, when in reality, you know there's things that you have to work on within yourself. Because not only is it selfish to take advantage of somebody like that, because you know you're not ready. And if you try to get in this relationship with them and you ain't fully healed, all of that baggage is going to be carried over. And now you finna get your heart broken twice. And then you ain't going to never learn until you get to the point where it's a cycle, like I did, a complete cycle, relationship after relationship, and they all kept failing. And then you just wonder, like, man, what's the problem? You know, you sit around and you try to blame other people, but then you have to really look back and reflect and be like, man, maybe it's me. I ain't even healed from my relationship 5 years ago. Maybe I should start there and then heal from every last trauma and every last thing that I faced over the years, so that I can be in a better headspace to attract what I want to attract in my life. Bro, and lastly, you need to think of the things that you're missing out on while you're holding on to something from the past. The more that you hold on to something, the more that you don't want to let someone go, bro, you are missing your blessings. There may be people that you may come across, bro, that can really provide whatever it is that you may need in your life, as far as love, as far as just a healthy way of living. And you holding on to the baggage that you have from like elementary or whatever the case may be the very reason that you're unhappy, because you genuinely don't know how to let go. But this all ties into acceptance, understanding that, hey, you know, I love you and I care about you, but we are not prospering. We are not growing together. We are not in a healthy situation, and we have to let each other go. That's the biggest way to let yourself down and let the people that's around you down as well. Just understanding that there's more out there for you. Understanding that no matter what it is that you may be going through right now, no matter what it is that you may be facing or dealing with, that God has more in store for you. You need time. It's not going to take a month. It's probably not even going to take 2 or 3 or 4 months, bro. You need to allow yourself time. When it comes to things like heartbreaks and traumas that, you know, you've been dealing with for a long time, bro, these things don't just go away overnight. You have to allow yourself to really cleanse and detox from everything that you went through, bro. Don't put a time frame on it. If it's been a year and you still ache and you still have pains from the things that you may have went through with a partner because you missed them or whatever the case may be, understand that that's okay. You need more time. You know, not everybody heals the same way. Not everybody feel the same thing, bro. You may feel something deeper than the next person, but just give yourself time and allow yourself to go through the motions so that you can move on and put yourself in a position to live the best version of yourself and get the most out of your life. But it's your boy Blue Jay Tay, man. I appreciate you for watching. If you made it to the end, like, comment, subscribe. And if you is dealing with a heartbreak, just understand that you're not alone, bro. You're going to get through it. Like I said, just give yourself some time and really just go through the motions and take things in. Don't run from it, and you'll be all right. And I'll see y'all boys on the next one. Peace.